I'm Malini and I'm a program manager, Angie's program manager for the last 1 year. So Angeline's class, as soon as you enter it, is just full of joy and happiness, and all her kids have their visions up on the wall, and it's a living document because every unit they keep editing it and making short goals and short-term and long-term goals towards where they want to go and how to get there. So what makes me realize that her kids are on a different type of a life path and going towards their personal visions is the conversations I've had with the kids and seeing them in the classroom, listening to her, asking all types of different questions, pushing back, as well as being able to tell me what their strengths are and where they're working on individually. And I would say about 99% of her class is able to do that, which is quite extraordinary. So in the classroom, Angie has changed a lot. She's matured a lot. She's become a lot stronger planned. She's become very data driven and very high levels of critical thinking in her questions as well. When she started off, in the last 2 years, I'll actually say, she's had about more than 2 years of growth, and her class right now is currently on a 4.2. And when she's teaching grade level 6. She just has a lot of belief in each one of her kids. And outside of the classroom, Angeline, in our PM group, she started these assessment drives along with another fellow. She keeps sending follow-up mails to the others, and she's like a little mini program manager within our group. And the Teach for All conference, Inspire Ed, anything, and just collaborating with people from all different parts of the organization and outside of it, as well as a lot of going into the community. And she's in the community every day, most days till late in the evening, just building relations with her parents and the other kids. Everyone knows her, and it's just quite beautiful, the relationships that she's been able to form as well. It's one thing I love about Angie is she's continuously trying to make herself and her classroom to take it to that level higher. When she comes in for a meeting, like, she has a number of questions that she's prepared herself, like even before I can ask her questions, and then it's a very back and forth conversation, and she just required the right motivation in order to be able to do things. And what sets her apart, I think, is a very strong mindset of I can do this and I will do this, and of seeing things that other people would not be seeing as possible and being able to follow through with that. Just a lot of grit and also joy, just a lot of happiness. Every time you see her, she's mostly always smiling, and I think that comes across in her classroom as well. So when Angie joined, her classroom had a lot of kids who were just picking up fights with each other, and even while she was talking, they'd make a little bit of noise and they'd like shout back at her, and then she'd have moments of weakness where she'd cry and she'd be really upset and she'd come back and stuff like that. That was in Unit 0 last year. And right now when you walk in, I would put her kids extremely high on values and mindsets as well, because not just in the classroom but in the community also, they go around the community and they have several projects which they take up, as you saw from one of the discussions in the class. They don't just talk about it in class, they actually do it. And even when I entered her class, like, they were doing kindness or gratitude or something like that, and when I entered, before leaving, I had 5 kids giving me the diyas which they made for their parents, because they just wanted, like, it just shows in the classroom, and kids helping each other. Like, when there's one new child in her class, there were 4 kids willing to try and help that kid. I think she's like one of their best friends. It's a very, she's a teacher when she's in front of them, but when she's with them, otherwise she's extremely informal with them. And I think that's her style, where she works on their mindsets and she helps them understand instead of saying do this or do that. She questions them, and she's like a guide, counselor, friend, everything like put together. That would be her relationship with her kids.